Hello everyone and welcome back to MYST 2021. Today we're going to be doing more listening to books, more reading of books, and another age. And the age we'll be doing today is probably going to be Channelwood. Channelwood is the next easiest in line in my opinion. Oh, you can actually see the viewpoint. Oh. Okay, so before we actually do anything, I'm going to talk a bit. Yesterday, Road to Elysium, which is the DLC for Talos Principle 2, came out. Today's goal is to finish everything in Road to Gehenna, the DLC for Talos 1. So that I can then... Watch is telling me things. So that we can then begin work on Talos Principle 2. We might even do that today. Yeah, that's kind of the goal for today. We might do some other things, like I've got Black Ops Zombies 4. Black Ops 4 Zombies. Sorry, camera thing's always annoying. And so I might do that today as well. Another thing is if I start coughing, or if I get up and leave, it's because I'm blowing my nose when I get up and leave. But the coughing and blowing my nose is all because we have a very high mold count right now. This is the same thing that got me when I had a sinus infection. Okay, if you could hear that, that was my nose. It's because I blew my nose before I started recording, so I just kind of did that. Thankfully, we were able to hit it before it actually got me another sinus infection, which is good. I took a lot of Sudafed, ibuprofens, and stuff. A proper amount, not like a overdose of any kind. But yeah. Alright, we're gonna listen to Sirius and Akinar. I feel like I should keep walking. Yeah. Just not be able to interact with what's going on over here. Yeah.
You've returned. Thank you for bringing the red page. You must continue to help me. My name is Cirrus. Release me. I beg you to find me. You must release me, for I need... Release me from this book, which has become... Bring me the red page. I need more red pages, please. Beg. Don't waste time. Look. Don't. My brother. My brother is guilty. And I wrongfully imprisoned. Bring the red page to me.
So, hold on. I may have just done something I shouldn't have. Doesn't look like it. Okay, from now on, change volume. I'm going to go down here and change the slider. Alright, we're at 75. I was trying to use the keybind for control F11 and 12, but it was doing some weird stuff, so I don't want to do that again. Okey-dokey.
He's returned! He's returned! Yes, to rescue me. I'm Akinar. Don't be my brother, I beg you. Maybe you can please Listen to him. Listen to my brother. Egotistical fool and a liar. Help me. Bring me the blue pages. Ignore the red ones. Don't bring the red ones. Earnestly implore you. Wrongfully imprisoned. You must believe me. Will have my retribution. Please bring me the blue pages. Pages, please.
So, I actually like that monologue a lot. And the reason why is because when he says, I implore you, he gets, like, a little angry. And you can actually hear the development of kind of what Akinar is in MYST 4. Now, Akinar in MYST 4, I believe, is a different actor from who's acting him now, which is Rand? Oh gosh, I always get the names mixed up. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Cool. Wait, oh yeah, okay. I had to think of what the use of this key was. I completely forgot. Anyway. Alright, before we go and do pause it for channel, we're going to read the book for channel lit, which is right here. Lucky us. I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some form of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water, and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor on a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human, at least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me, but what a surprise, this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning, and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He was adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings, which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time, then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out. Maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me. Although many details are very unclear in my mind, I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there, and the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said we had expected you to come sooner. These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads, all the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally, he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off of the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body he had fallen to a lower level of the walkway and carried it away. It was laid down at the end of a short pier-like structure with the use of some potion. One of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to a dull green. This morning I awoke finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The waters are dull green as far as I can see now. For some reason the water no longer shifts colors. As I wander the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I'll do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of things. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. Excuse me. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I'm even beginning to learn bits of their language. I've decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Sears and Achenar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers, and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers, much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on Osmoianage. Sears has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I'll consent to their request. I warn the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith that they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choctic? Is that how you say that? I fear for their survival and plan on returning here shortly. After checking on returning to her shortly after checking on Sears Nakanar here. See Everdunes Journal for more information, which is destroyed. After watching Sears and Nakanar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channel 1 again, and for a little longer time. For a little longer time. Okay. The color changes, so I was confused. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Sirius and Nakano are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Sirius and Nakano about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken. Although they only remember her from their childhood, Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Sirius and Nakano to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures and reminded my own childhood as my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with these creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they could visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Oops. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. And we get an idea of what Channelwood looks like. And I love this drawing right here. Alrighty. Let's go do Channelwood. So the key we got was a code. 724. If we go inside this hut, we have a boiler and a safe. Doesn't seem like we can do anything with the boiler right now. Other than just release gas. So we're going to come over here and I'm not too crazy about this lock design. And it's not the lock design, sorry, it's the kind of aesthetic of the safe. I feel like it's just, I don't know, it doesn't really fit. Yeah. That was hard to do. That was actually kind of hard to figure out which way. Okay, so now we have a fire. In actuality, we would pick up a match from a matchbook and go over here and click it. So that's different. So if we go outside. And we're not going to get inside because it's going to keep going up. There we go. Now we're going to cut it off. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. Okay. I have to put it on a lower setting for when it goes down. The wheel kind of acts a bit funny. Also, it looks like a dog has peed on it. It should not have that sulfuric discoloration that it has. Because you have rust and then you have like sulfuric rust. And this is kind of like a sulfuric rust. I actually love this new gate. This is a great gate. That's what you call this place. Oh, it's an actual stump. Oh. La-dee-dum-dee-dum. La-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. La-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is take a look around. Try and see if the water changes colors. I don't think it is. I think it's stuck in a dull green, which I think is on purpose. Also, if you look at the grass of the water, it has that weird outline. We'll come back to all of these levers soon. For now, we want to follow back to over here. Fargo! Flooded in small MYST. So it's clearly water, but you can hear that it's not actually going through the pipes. It's loud! Now we can hear it going through the pipes. Golly. It's still loud. That's awful. Okay, we're not going to go that way. We're going to go that way. And that's way easier to do. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that way. So let's see this thing. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. Use this now. I actually discovered a bug because you're supposed to start up the windmill, and it was already started up. Alrighty. Remember from the map, this was this is the starting point, or one of the starting points. But we now have a massive area to go through, and I absolutely love this. I'm not gonna talk much. This is peaceful. notice a lot of the stuff looks like it's kind of been destroyed. It's probably because Seer Snacknar came through here and, well, destroyed everything. And you can see there's also a higher level. And we'll get to that in a bit. So in Masterpiece Edition, the cool thing you can do is you can just kind of start walking towards the edge and it'll automatically walk you down. Real MYST Masterpiece Edition, and Real MYST, I should say. It doesn't do that here, which is interesting. So now we want to divert the water flow. Do it here. Yeah, that doesn't happen. And now we can head to the upper level. I feel like they could have added a bit of sway to the tops of the trees. Maybe some of the branches and creaking of the branches. Or maybe these trees are just really, really strong. Which is funny because even the windmill down there is blowing pretty hard. Important. This is Sirius's room. This is an important little thing there. It's not a door. It looks like a door. But you can see there is some kind of scuffle over the corner there. Or Sirius in a rage just threw a chair at the wall. It's very possible for Sirius. So that was Akinar speaking the language of the Channelwood creatures. And this is an altar because he considers himself a god to them, or is trying to make himself out to be a god to take advantage of their worshipping tendencies. And now we can get across without having to go through that room. And here we are at Akinar's place, where he's, yeah, you know, we're not going to talk about Akinar's place. So this seems to be a kind of recorder and player for Akinar.
Chao Kiswati. Osiras na kuchunaw.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear brother. What a very interesting device you have here. You're not erasing anything important in mind. Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
So an interesting thing about that recorder is in this version of the game, you can still see kind of like a green outline of the characters. I don't know if that's on purpose or by accident, but it looks like the original one, which also had a slight green outline because they did it with a green screen or some kind of screen, keying out the background. Interesting. I'll find it between episodes. A book. I have a book that I need to find. Don't know where it went. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I have a ladder right there. Or a stairway, I should say. Okay, so the next goal is to get out of here. So, to start getting out of here, we need to click. And then explore a bit. Click this guy. Going that way. But as you can see, that does nothing. And that's because we need to go over this way. Change that. Let's change this. So it doesn't flow out right there. And then rip this. Voila! Love the stock water beam. Gonna head back. We're gonna go over here. Switch it again because we no longer need that now. But I do like this age a lot, just kind of standing at the top of the trees. It does kind of remind me a lot of Adana. I don't know what's going on with the outline though, it's kind of weird. And now, we have a water connection, allowing us to take this elevator. What does that do? I have no idea what that does. I've never seen that lever before. I have no idea what that does. I have no idea. And now we go back. Alrighty. For YouTube, this is where we're going to end this episode. So thank you guys on YouTube, finally back from Tailwood, for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Head over here to Twitch and follow us here. Also, check out the Discord link on the banner. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.